Hey, it's Carly. Sorry I've been MIA for the last couple of weeks. They've been a little bit crazy for us. If you can hear it in my voice, I have a little bit of a sore throat. I think Levi got me sick. Levi's been sick, and we've had mine and Steven's anniversary and family stuff. We had to drive down for Steven's grandma's memorial service, and then it was my birthday, and now we've been back, and yesterday I just spent all day trying to get us back in order. So anyways, I'm back, and I have a cup of tea here, so sorry, but I'm just going to go ahead and I was going to do my February monthly favorites video, but I haven't really gotten a chance to sit down and figure out and think about what our favorites were for the month. But I saw, I think you say Katulka 2, Katie from Katulka 2, and Kayla from Obs and Lala both did this book buying tag, and it looked like a lot of fun because I am obsessed with books. I love to read. It is like my absolute favorite thing to do. So I decided to do this tag because I thought it would be fun. So anyways, here goes. So let's see. Where do you buy your books from? I buy my books from all sorts of different places. I buy from big bookstores like Barnes & Nobles. I order online from Amazon. I've bought books from Target before. I buy from used bookstores. Usually I try to buy from used bookstores whenever I can. But our used bookstore is like across town, so sometimes if I'm just out and about and I'm like wanting to buy this book, and I go to somewhere that's a little bit closer for me. But the used bookstore here is pretty cool. They have a lot of options. They also have like used movies, and they have a lot of big selection. Can't speak, but yeah. So I buy all over the place. Do you ever pre-order books? If so, is it in store or online? I honestly don't ever remember pre-ordering a book. Maybe like when I was a teenager, and if so, then it would have been like through Barnes & Noble probably. But I mean, I tend to prefer to have the paperbacks than the hardbacks, and so I wait to get the book until it's the paperback. Unless I already had, like, if somebody gave me the book hardcover, then I like to have the whole set the same. I can't stand having sets that are hardcover and softcover. It drives me nuts. Because I'm just weird like that. Let's see. On average, how many books do you buy a month? That's difficult to say because sometimes I don't buy any because I do own books that I haven't read, and I'm working on getting through those, and then sometimes if something new comes out or I want to read something, then I'll go buy it. So it really ranges. I've bought anywhere from like 5 books a month to no books a month, so it kind of depends. Do you use your local library? I'm kind of ashamed to admit that I don't. I didn't think about it actually until I watched this tag. That I haven't even visited the library since we moved here. So I'm going to be fixing that. But I did a lot when I was younger. Like when I was a teenager and in college, I used the library all the time because it's a great way to get books without having to pay for them. And when you're a poor college student, it definitely is a great way to do that. So I don't use it now, but I will be soon now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. If so, how many books can you or do you borrow at a time? I mean, it's obviously not relevant for right now, but in the past, I would take out 2 books at a time. Usually, for me personally, I read 2 books at a time all the time. At least 2 books at a time. I guess technically 3. I always read 1 for myself and just like a fun read, like a novel or whatever, and then I also read something educational at the same time, whether that's a mom book, an autobiography, a biography, some sort of educational history book or something like that. I always try to read something educational, or like a theology book or something like that, and then I always read my Bible. So I have 3 things that I read going pretty much all the time. So I always try to keep up with that if I do borrow. So what is my opinion on library books? I think it's incredible. I think it's a wonderful way for people to be able to read and to have access to all of that knowledge. I think that it's wonderful for our society, and I think it's wonderful for people to actually physically read a book rather than reading online. I think that it's important. How do you feel about charity shop secondhand books? I think that's also great. I mean, I know that it's good for the authors and stuff to get, like, for people to buy the books new and stuff, but I think it's really wonderful for people to be able to acquire books for pretty cheap, because I think that you can never read too much. Do you keep your read and to be read pile together or on the same shelf? Yes, I do. I just have shelves of books, and I just somewhat have them organized based on type of book. I tend to organize them, and then they get to disarray again, and then I reorganize them. But yeah, I have both together. Do you plan to read all of the books that you own? Yes, I have read most of the books that I own. There are only a couple that I haven't read, but I do want to read them. If I own them, I want to read them. Yeah, so that kind of leads into the next question, I guess. What do you do with books that you own that you feel you will never read or felt you did not enjoy? I get rid of them. I donate them, or I take them to the used bookstore. And if I didn't enjoy reading them especially, but if it's something that I felt like I wouldn't, like if somebody gave it to me and I felt like I wouldn't read it, or I tried, I always at least try a book, even if I feel like it's not necessarily something that's to my taste. I always try to read it, and then if I don't enjoy it, then I take it either to be donated or traded in. Have you ever donated books? Yes, all the time, whenever I can. Have you ever been on a book buying ban? Yes, I've put myself on book buying bans because I could spend all of my money on books all the time. I always feel like I need more books, even if there's things that I haven't read. If something new comes out, or if somebody tells me about a good book that they've read, I want to go buy it and I want to go read it. So that's when the library comes in, that I think is wonderful, because then if I'm feeling like financially I shouldn't be buying books, then I can go to the library and borrow that book if I can. Do you feel that you buy too many books? I mean, financially, yeah, sometimes, but otherwise, no. I feel like I said earlier, you can never read too many books. I think that reading is so good for you, is so good for your mind, and knowledge, I just think, is extremely important. So anyways, yeah, that would be the book buying tag. So if you like to read, then I tag you, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.